this one other person has the gun very close to my head. And what came to my mind the very first time was, shit, I'm butt naked. Hey people, it's your girl Ama Governor back again with another video. And you can tell from the title of the video that this is a very sober video. Not sad because I made it, because it was almost right, so I didn't get raped, thank God. So this is a story time about when I almost got raped when I was 17 years old. So let's just get into the video. This happened when I was in high school. I was 17 years old at the time. So it didn't happen in high school, don't get me wrong. I was about to write my WASI at the time, the final examination. That would take me to the university, right? And sorry, I'm just trying to recollect. No, it's not hard, I'm okay. We had done the French orals. We're yet to write the rest of the examination, but we had just done the French orals, and the school asked us to go home, the final year students, to go home for 4 days. Now, I went home on Thursday, I remember this very correctly. Now, the day I went home, 4 gunmen came into the house. I don't know how they did it, but they made the dogs numb, and they didn't even break in because we couldn't hear anything. All of a sudden, let me just say this, it was around 1 something. I was supposed to be asleep. I wasn't. I was sleeping next to my brother in his room because my mom was in my room sleeping, and I didn't have a phone at the time. My brother did, so I took his phone and I was going through his phone, and so I wasn't asleep, right? Now, every night around that time, my mom comes around to make sure everyone is asleep, blah blah blah. So this is what happened. I was lying on the bed going through my brother's phone, and then someone opened the door and then came in. Didn't come in, but stuck their head through the door and then kind of looked in my direction. I could tell the person was looking in my direction, but I didn't look up because one, I thought it was my mom, and I thought she was going to shout at me and be like, "You're supposed to be sleeping," blah blah blah, right? But this person opens the door, sticks their head through the door, looks like they're looking in my direction, and then just closes the door gently, very gently, which was not like my mother. But I didn't think anything of it. I was just still there. Yeah, and so from there, 2 minutes later, someone just opens the door, just opens it and flakes it, or is that the right word? Just opens it down and then walks right in, very authoritatively, along with one other person. So when I just raised my head, mind you, I wasn't wearing my glasses. Now, if you guys don't know, I wear glasses, but I wasn't wearing my glasses, and my eye problem is really serious. So I'm short-sighted, so I can't see things that are far away. Even if they're not so far away, I still can't see. So I couldn't tell. But then I saw male figures, and there were no the male figures didn't look like my brother because he was sleeping right next to me, and my dad. Those were the only 2 males in the house at the time, and he was asleep, and he's quite big, and those people were skinny people, or relatively skinny. And so 2 men just came in, and one was holding a gun to my head, and one looked like he was shorter. So he just rushed to the wardrobe and started looking through it, and then that's when I realized what had happened. Now, a 3rd person walks in and then just takes the phone out of my hand, and then so this one other person has the gun very close to my head, and then it's shh, right? And I remember I don't know, I couldn't even believe what was going on. I was so terrified, and what came to my mind the very first time was, shit, I'm butt naked. Because sometimes I sleep naked. Shut up, guys. Yeah, sometimes I sleep butt naked, and I was sleeping butt naked that day, and so I had nothing on. All that was in my head was there are 3 guys in my room, or in my brother's room, and I'm butt naked. The first thing that came to mind was I was going to be raped. So let me just tell you guys exactly how this was in my mind. All that was in my mind was, yo, so I'm going to die tonight, because if they do rape me, it's either they kill me or I kill myself, because like, I don't know what it is about rape. I've never even had like a personal encounter, but then every time I think about it, I'm like, yo, if I ever get raped, I'm done. Like, I don't know why, but like that's just how I've always felt. So this is, yeah, so this was what this, so in my mind, let me tell you guys, this is the honest truth. In my mind, I was like, wow, I'm dead. Now, second thing that came to mind was, oh shit, my brother. Like, I really hope he's really asleep, because one of the guys came to check if he was really asleep, and I was so glad he was, because you know how boys are, they can like try to get adventures, and these were 3 elderly men with guns. Well, one of the guys was like a kid who was kind of nice to me, surprisingly, because when he was going through he was the one going through the wardrobe, and when he was going through, I was like, there's nothing there, and he was like, so he was kind of like, so he kind of made me feel just a little bit comfortable. But there was this one guy who kept gravitating towards me slowly with a gun in my face, and he kept looking at my body. So I was like, I just used my sheets to cover myself. Now he was like looking at me, right? And the 4th guy had gone to my mom's room, and then had like taken her out of her room with his hand over, one of his hands over her mouth and the other with a gun to her head. And then my mom was just like, because my door was already flung open, it was already open, and so my mom was just like, shh, shh. And then I was like, so I just like had my mouth over my hand over my mouth, and I was just very quiet. And then these guys, the guy with my mom just started going towards my dad's room. Now he comes back to tell the other 2, like he just comes to call the guys, right? Now the guy who looked like a kid went with him, and then the other guy who was checking if my brother was asleep went with him. Now this guy who was staring very, like he was just really looking intensely at my body with a gun to my head, was just not moving. He was like gravitating towards me even more, right? So like almost like he wanted to kind of get onto the bed. Yo, if I tell you, I was the most scared I've ever been in my life, because all I was thinking was rape equals death. Like that was just going to be the end. Like if he did touch me, if he did rape me, that like I would just be done for it. Now when he looked like he was gravitating towards the bed, one of the guys, I think the kid, came back and was like he said something like "Mo go" or something. "Mo go" means make we go. It's like pigeon in Ghanaian pidgin for let's go. So he was like "Mo go." So I think they were done whatever they had to do in the house, and then he was like, let's go. It wasn't like, it was very fast. I don't know how to explain. Or it was that, not that they should go, but they should go to my dad's room. So immediately the guy was about to when he was about to leave, he turned, looked at me, like I don't know. They were unmasked, you guys. Like it was just one guy that was masked. The guy who was in the room with me was unmasked. So he like kind of gave a smirk or something, and then just left the room. Immediately, yo, if I tell you, I used the speed of light to get up and rush towards the door, and like I quickly locked it, right? And then like all that was in my mind was, thank God for my brother, thank God that I may not be raped. But then if they tried to shoot through the door or something, yo. And then I was like, yo, they were my parents. I just started praying, honestly. Like I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like you guys were, I was shaking. They're taking the phone. I couldn't call the police, and honestly, I didn't even know 191 was the police code in Ghana. Honestly, like I didn't know any, like, and I couldn't even think in that moment. Like I was so basa, and I was so worried about basa. Means I was disturbed, very very disturbed. I was worried about my parents so much, but then I remember. So I was like squatting close to the door, shaking, right, and then I noticed that someone came back, and then like was knocking the door, was trying to open the door, right? And I feared for my life, because I thought it was that guy, right, who had exited last. So he kept trying to open the door, and then like I was like this, I was shaking, and then the person came back again. I could see the person's footsteps, right? Like not footsteps, I could see the person pacing back and forth, because their shadow was like under the door. You could see it because there was light. So if like there was a shadow, you'd be able to see. So I saw that, and then after a while the person just like left, and then I think we heard the door bang or something. So I kind of felt like they were gone, but I still wasn't going to open the door. So after like 5 minutes, my mom comes back and she's knocking. She's like, Malomi, it's me, open the door. And so I open it, and then like we just hug, and I just like she comes to check on my brother, and then I just go to check on my dad, and like it was just such a it was so disturbing. That night we couldn't even sleep. That night we didn't. Okay, no, I think I kind of slept because I was tired. But like my brother never woke up during the whole time. He was just asleep. So when he woke up, we just told him about it. But my mom could not sleep. She was traumatized, honestly, for like months. She found it difficult to sleep without having to sleep like with someone. My dad was okay. But that was it. That was the time I almost got raped at gunpoint. I really thank God for my life every day, because I'm just thinking I wouldn't have been able to finish my WASI examination. I wouldn't have lived. I would have just been torn for the rest of my life. It would have followed me forever, honestly. I would want to just use this to like encourage people who've ever been raped, or like, not that I'm saying it from a capacity where I have been, but I'm just saying like in favor of the hashtag #MeToo and hashtag #Sharp. That's my class. That's my law school. My law class project is about sexual harassment, revenge porn, and rape. It's just to empower people who have ever faced this or almost faced this, to like come out, share their stories, help other people and hear the law on it, so we educate people not to do things like raping people, harassing people sexually, and then like engaging in revenge porn. So thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below anything. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Yeah, so that's the end of the video. God bless you.